Robert Bryce, Smaller, Faster, Lighter, Denser, Cheaper, How Innovation Keeps Proving the Catastrophists Wrong. Get ready to embark on a journey through the power of innovation and how it shapes our world for the better. In Smaller, Faster, Lighter, Denser, Cheaper, How Innovation Keeps Proving the Catastrophists Wrong, author Robert Bryce unravels negative misconceptions about our world's grim future and highlights the human genius that revolutionized our lives. From improving medical science to expanding access to information through the internet, this book examines how technology and innovations can help us overcome current challenges and continue our path of progress. As you read this summary, you'll explore vital developments in history, the ongoing debate on sustainable energy, and the significance of meeting our growing needs through constant progression.
Fighting collapse anxiety. The constant barrage of bad news can cause people to succumb to collapse anxiety, the feeling that the world is on the verge of collapse. This anxiety can lead to resignation, but it's essential to keep fighting to improve our lives and those of others. Innovation has been a driving force behind dramatic improvements in our everyday lives, such as longer and healthier lifespans, access to education, and life-saving medical advancements. In this article, we explore some of the innovations that have transformed our lives and how they could potentially save our future. The ups and downs of innovation. Throughout history, innovations have profoundly improved our lives while also posing potential risks. From the printing press that made knowledge accessible to the masses to the airplane that revolutionized travel, we have witnessed how advancements can transform societies. However, we also know that innovation can have negative consequences, such as nuclear weapons and climate change. Despite these risks, we cannot revert to a primitive way of life. Instead, we need to consider the potential impacts of new technologies and seek ways to maximize their benefits while minimizing their harms. Rethinking the growth for climate change. Climate change requires a drastic reduction in our reliance on fossil fuels. However, a strategy of degrowth that advocates for a return to pre-technological living is not the answer. Degrowth may prevent further pollution, but it would also result in millions losing their jobs, causing poverty and hindering innovation. Instead, the solution is to continue to innovate and create technologies that save on energy and reduce waste. This will improve our standard of living and reverse the damage caused by climate change. We need to rethink degrowth and focus on sustainable technological development. The need for speed. Humans have an unquenchable desire for speed that drives us to develop faster cars, planes, and technology. This need for speed is innate and has led to significant improvements in our lives, including medical technology and affordable internet access. Our desire for speed can be unhealthy at times, but it has also enabled us to measure vital signs in seconds, communicate instantly across the globe, and improve methods of production, making technology accessible to even the world's poorest countries. The pursuit of speed is a fundamental aspect of being human, and as we continue to look for ways to go faster, we will undoubtedly unlock even greater advancements. The truth about green energy. A closer look at the pros and cons of green energy. The concept of green energy has been making significant waves in recent times. Advocated by public figures like Al Gore along with organizations like Greenpeace, this movement seeks to promote clean energy that comes from sources like solar, wind, and water. While the idea of alternative energy sources is commendable, the problem lies in the fact that their energy density is simply too low to replace the current energy sources available on a large scale. For example, wind power produces only 1 to 1.2 watts per square meter compared to nuclear power, which produces 50 watts per square meter. Additionally, the world's energy needs continue to soar, and the growing population and starvation levels remain a distinct challenge, raising questions about the feasibility of green energy. While Western leaders propose large-scale investments in green energy, these investments would only create energy shortages that would affect the world's most vulnerable populations. Instead, it would be wiser to invest in ways to make current fossil fuel consumption cleaner and safer for the environment. By doing so, the world could reduce the impact of climate change while minimizing the impact on those most in need. Therefore, while advocates promote green energy, there's a need to find a balance between progress and harm reduction. The future of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels remain the only sustainable source of energy for our current way of living and increasing population. Despite the perception that they belong to the past, technological advancements have allowed for continuous improvements and modernization of the extraction and refinement process. Green energy, though beneficial, cannot sustain our energy needs without setting aside massive land areas, making it too expensive and inefficient to provide for the millions of people living without access to electricity. The only alternative to curb our dependency on fossil fuels is nuclear energy, which is often disregarded due to nuclear-related disasters. As such, fossil fuels offer the only hope of meeting our ever-growing energy needs, and their utilization will remain not just relevant but essential to sustain our future.
By reviewing Smaller, Faster, Lighter, Denser, Cheaper, you have delved into the endless possibilities that innovations can bring to our lives and highlighted how the human desire for improvement combats the threats of disaster and regression. Through examples such as the printing press and aircraft advancements, you've observed how these innovations changed the course of history and empowered humankind. The discussion on sustainable energy and our increasing requirements emphasizes a need to continue innovating, rather than reverting to primitive methods. Ultimately, this summary has shown you that technological innovation is essential for overcoming global challenges and ensuring a brighter future for all.